Hello everybody, what a day, another one of those beautiful days, strong days that inspired me to come back on and talk more about Kundalini, this moment that we've been waiting for. So if you've tuned in today, I'm pretty sure it's because you're going through an awakening, wanting to understand more about this process that you're in, this point of your evolution that you have been 100% working hard to get to open into this ripening, and yet for sure it's not comfortable sometimes, it's not easy. You're probably in a massive transfiguration in your life, because that is what it is to have that sleeping serpent to uncoil, to rise up in our body. It's a massive inner transfiguration, and a big part of that transfiguration is discernment, discrimination, where to put yourself, your energy on a daily level. You know, like those attachments, those places where we've got pain and regret and grief around some of the things that we've been through in this lifetime, the things that we've called in, the things that we've attracted. And yet, when we come out the door on the other side, we can see the perfection in all of it. However difficult it is, the very fact that you are in this awakening makes it a process of ultimate perfection, that you had to go through it because that was what rubbed you in the way to create the precision of the jewel-like radiance that you are becoming and already were, but you're just peeling away all the dross. So let's just look at the nature of Kundalini. And what I'm asking you today is that if you're starting to experience lots of inner change and feel this enormous power coming up through you that wants to express itself, you don't need to push that away or push that down. It's all about asking yourself this one thing, which is, what's my aim here? Where am I going? Where is this energy taking me to? What am I calling in this lifetime? So my recommendation in these moments with this massive transition is to ensure that you are calling in the highest of high, the holiest of holies, that you are looking to the directions within yourself, because this is a very deep shamanic journey within your body, and to actually be able to align yourself to the 7 directions: the west, the east, the north, the south, the below, the above, and the center. Those 7 directions. When we look at this very deep ancient prayer of that I massively respect, to call upon the East House of Light to bring the illumination that we can know all things in clarity, to call upon the North House of Light so that we can ripen the wisdom so that we can know all from within. When we can call upon the West House of Transformation to ask those beings that guide us and have always guided us right from the beginning of time to help us to walk a path of right action so that we may do what must be done, and to call in the beings of the South House of the Eternal Sun so that we can open ourselves to experience the very essence, calling in that harvest of planetary beingness, so we can understand that stillness of the absolute, to just be, to harvest what comes with just being in beingness, to call in the above house of heaven, where the star people, where our ancestors are gathered, to call in the great rishis from who guard this universe from all of our solar systems, and to call in the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas from the realms of Shambhala, who are overshadowing this process of our awakening, to call in the Christ and his court of angels and archangels, and to call especially to Holy Archangel Shekinah, the Great Mother, in her form as Queen of Heaven, to bless our Mother, the Earth, in her birthing hour, of which we are a part of, to bow on our knees, to really put our forehead to the ground, to call upon Pachamama, beautiful goddess Gaia, to align ourselves with her heartbeat, the heartbeat of her crystal core, asking her to imbue us with the harmonies to end all war. And then aligning ourselves with the center of the galactic source, which is everywhere at once, and calling that may everything be known as the light of mutual love. So I'm saying this to you today because for you to feel safe to open to the next level of your awakening, for you to have done the work of purification, for that light to travel unimpeded from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head in your prayer, as you open yourself up to be a living prayer with every single breath, in everything that you offer of your life. That's what's going to bring you to safety, sacredness, to guide you along your way. There are, some people call them dangers of Kundalini rising. And the danger is to become deluded and think that you're God. Lots of people go through that, think that they're the Messiah. People even ask me, what's wrong with that? So I want to just say that a lot of peace and liberation comes from us as the mental body, the personality, the ego, getting out of the way to make ourselves empty and hollow as a flute, to be witness, to be the child. You know, like in the Bible it talks about you can't enter heaven unless you're a child. Well, that's true. This whole process of Kundalini is about that wake up of becoming the child that knows it is innocent, that comes back to naturality, spontaneity, and can open to get out of the way. In this case, for the mother and the father's union through our being. That's what the caduceus is. The mother and the father's union through our body. When we can hollow ourselves to open ourselves for this magnificent relationship, when we've earned the right, when our spinal pathway has been cleared, when the Ida and the Pingala has been cleared, so it can just unspiral all the way up through the spine, activating the chakras as they go, bringing them into the alignment of the first three initiations. And just on that note, in terms of discernment, I just want to say I can give you 100% guarantee that no other human being can balance and activate your chakras to be to initiate you. That's just delusion. Basically, everything is your own personal relationship with the one. As in, that ripening of the fruit of your life, your beingness, can only happen in your relationship, your own attributes, your own time when that clearing of the karma is unfolding through your body, when you've earned the merit through your absolute astute offering of your being to the Creator in loving service for the benefit of all beings. Only then is it going to come to the ripened full fountain of glory, when we really truly experience that liberation, dissolution, opening in every cell of our body to become 1,000,000 cells of liquid bliss. Only then can we go through those 3 doorways for the brow center to be open, so that we can stop bringing disharmony on this earth, so that we can stop being the bringers of the doom and gloom, and that we can finally truly be in the beingness of the now, the present, witnessing the good, the true and the beautiful, even when the most uncomfortable things are going on the earth, that understanding the esoteric viewpoint. So it's really important in your Kundalini awakening of looking at where's your orientation. Where is your orientation? That's one of the main things. So I strongly recommend purifying your space, the space around you, that you feel really safe to open to the sacredness of all that is and the sacredness of all that you are, and that you call upon the guides and protectors, the teachers that have walked before you, she said, so that you can come to this surrender in this relationship between the father and the mother through your body, that you can birth your own innocence, birth the inner child that you are, and witness it. So in this aspect of Kundalini rising, as you prepare your body to open to more forza, more life force, more vitality, more electric fire, more Vajra fire, more serenity that's going to follow, to not be despondent that there is light at the end of this tunnel. This is a magnificent thing that's wonderful, and as unfolding through you, you've been preparing for this, because that light as it comes in shows everything that's not light. It can be uncomfortable, as we have to look at our shadow. We have to begin to take responsibility. We have to forgive everything that was not love, that's come and entered our consciousness and our being. We have to forgive it. We have to develop the love and the wisdom that the Christ talked about, that the Buddha talked about, that Krishna talked about, that the Great Mother's essence is. The ability to look through the eyes of the heart, the ability to put ourselves into another person's shoes, to just not go into that separated place of doom and gloom and projecting the negative and condemning, because something wonderful is unfolding. There is a divine plan. It's happening through all of us right now. It's the beginning of a very, very sacred age, the age of Aquarius, which is going to be the age of cosmic divine order and ceremonial white magic. We are being birthed in an unprecedented way. I'm really grateful that you've joined me. My name's Rita, Hraiz, and I look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you for joining me. Please share this or like this, and I really appreciate that. This painting behind me, by the way, I painted it many years ago as Yellow Tara. You can call upon her for knowing the fountain of abundance within yourself, the fountain of creativity within your being, because we don't need to be in that realm of poverty consciousness anymore. It's time for us to reclaim the sacredness of our sexual energy, to understand it and to harness it in the most sensuous and sacred way that we can express ultimate generosity. Look forward to sharing more about this and White Tantra. I have got a course coming up. Please do visit my website and I hope to get to know you more. Ahom and Takwiyasin for all our relations.